Hi there guys, Sam here. You joined me with a Mark IV Ford Focus ST edition. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I cannot believe how amazing this car looks. Yeah, I'm such a huge fan of the ST edition. These cars, so it's limited to 300 in a blue Azura paint. Honestly, I said to the owner before, I'm going to end up just standing here, just sort of like in awe. The colour just looks absolutely sensational. Absolutely sensational. It's going to come out hopefully really well for you guys in 4K. I've not driven a Mark IV ST on the road actually. I've driven one on track before, so I'm really sort of curious to see what this is actually like. Now the owner has done a few upgrades which we'll kind of go through, and I'll leave it actually in the description of every kind of thing about it. Potentially you might be interested in what you want to get for it. This is one of sort of like, it's a bit of the successor to my Ford Focus RS edition actually, which I had in the past. But actually this, obviously you can still currently get the Mark 4.5 facelift today. Ford are ending the Focus at the end of this year, November 2025. I'm filming this in April 2025. But as the sun is out and this car looks absolutely beautiful, let's go for this walk around. We'll take it out for a drive, see what it's like on the road. And yeah, we'll go from there. We'll come back with a bit of a conclusion. So yes, let's go through this. Now, I want to try and avoid my shadow because this car looks stunning. So these cars in Mark IV STs, they're limited to 300 in this specific Azura blue paint, looking absolutely just really, really special. Now, it's not like, from my understanding, it's not like a metallic fleck. I believe it's like a solid paint. This is kind of like traditional Ford for me. You can't really beat blue in a Ford. It just looks mega. You got the gloss black door mirrors just on the side there, proper gloss black, and a gloss black roof at the top with the gloss black spoiler. And these ST editions, one of the main things that they came with is they had different suspension, which is manually adjustable coilovers from KW. So you can manually adjust the ride height. In normal Mark IV STs, they did actually have the controlled electronic dampers, which you could adjust. This goes back to fixed. We're not too sure what this kind of setting's left on. I believe it's sort of like a middle setting, so there's a little bit of a gap on it. This is completely stock suspension. And so I'm interested to know how that kind of feels. Yeah, having driven sort of like a normal Mark IV ST on the track, this is arguably also more of a track car. I'm curious to know what this is like. From stock, these cars have 280 horsepower. It's a front wheel drive car. And because in the Mark IV generation, they never made an RS, this is essentially, for me, it's the top of the tree for the Focus. You know, they are sort of built differently to a Fiesta, built differently to a Puma. There's no RS, there's no four-wheel drive in this. Looking great. They did also come with the lightweight black wheels. This owner has swapped these wheels out, which again, I'll leave everything in the description for it. And the calipers have been painted in blue. As stock, they come as red. I actually think they look better in blue. That's just subjective to me. I see the owner has personalised this to his exact kind of making. I love the blue sort of accents that he's actually done on the edge. It really kind of makes it kind of stand alive, the ST edition. We'll go round to the back, and there's a few things different that you kind of see. The owner's actually done a new sort of like a diffuser and exhaust. Just about see it there. Looking absolutely stunning. And I love the squat down stance of these cars. You've got the gloss black spoiler just shown in there. The owner does have an Instagram. If you want to check him out, just shown there. Again, I'll leave it all in the description. I'm pretty much smiling ear to ear because for me, this is, well, with Ford kind of, they're just in a strange place with their sort of performance cars and what they're doing actually, certainly in the UK and in Europe. This is the last one. You've got the facelift where they've done 300 of these, and you can still get things like the track pack or a normal Focus ST, but it's few and far between now. What will go forward, we're not too sure. Yeah, we'll go around a little bit further as well. Oh man, I really do like the front end actually of the Mark IVs. They kind of it flows a little bit differently just at the front. The lights look pretty incredible too. Oh, just, I've never really sort of like done a walk around where I've spent most of my time with just my mouth wide open, just being like incredible. The owner, the moment the owner I saw this car out my window when the owner came, I was just like, I'm just gobsmacked. And I think actually what really took me away was actually the wheels. I think particularly in the sun, they're really, really gleaming and sort of sparkling. It looks absolutely mega. I'll show you a little bit the inside of the Focus ST edition, because one thing that they did right, which I always thought was a little bit strange on normal Focus STs, but perhaps that's just me. They've got like the blue stitching, which again is more sort of like signature Ford. That's specific for the ST edition, as you can kind of see around there on the wheel and on the seats. And it's also sort of done in the back. Now, normal Mark IV STs are in red stitching, so a few little differences there. And obviously the limited numbers. The mats look really, really cool as well, actually. I know it's basic stuff. You've got like a stripe down the middle. These are all sort of factory blue stitching. It's a 6-speed manual gearbox, if you're not aware. 280 horsepower, as I said, from the 2.3 litre EcoBoost engine. It's basically like a detuned version of the RS, although this car might have a tiny little bit more power than stock. The owner's got a different gear knob as well, just shown there. And the little blue accents that you can see through there, that's something the owner has done just to sort of touch up the inside. You get the Mark IV ST infotainment system as well. You've got a sun visor strip too, just at the top. And you get the Recaro seats. Now, the Ford Performance seats, I've always been sort of like a big fan of. But one thing that I've always found a little bit, they're quite big, I'll be honest. Particularly, the best way I can kind of describe that is from the back. They kind of, yeah, they make it a little bit more difficult for, I suppose, rear passengers. These are a little bit more shallow, but still bulky and still like have that support. I'll be honest, the moment I sat in this as a passenger, because I've only just been as a passenger, I felt like I was sitting in, it fits like a glove, these seats, the Recaros. They've since been replaced in sort of like the facelift ST. So I'm curious to know what people think about that as well. It's a community channel, so get involved on that and comment, see what you think. And actually, I've got some plans next week with a Mark 4.5 facelift Focus ST edition and an ST track pack. Kind of, yeah, this year's been a bit of my sort of like, just the start of the year has been like my fast forward almost send-off because of the way they're sort of almost ending things in the UK. I've shown a video on the RS edition as well, one of 50. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so inside, normal Focus ST. So yeah, all practical, it's got it all. And a big fan of the seats. Yeah, so the Recaro seats, you can see, it just feels like you get a little bit more space in here. Super comfortable, electronic handbrake, and yeah, this owner's also got a sun visor strip, so it'll be interesting. We'll go on a little bit of a point of view, and hopefully you guys get an idea of what this car is like. Yeah, with the gear stick knob as well. Manual gearbox, front wheel drive, arguably traditional hot hatch. With the ST edition, and that limited nature with the fast forwards, yeah, they really do sort of pull at my heartstrings, to be honest. Real sort of like enthusiast-led club, sort of like car, and something that I've always really enjoyed. I love going to events, love checking it out, and this car would look absolutely incredible on any sort of like show stand, and yet the owner can still use it as like an actual ordinary car. Yeah, some things that the owner has kind of said is that and this was from stock before the owner actually sort of did his sort of like modifications to it. They can scrape at the front, so that's something just to be aware of. But you can manually adjust that ride height on the ST editions, so that's something that can change. Yeah, just absolutely incredible, this car. I hope it comes up well for you guys on camera. That's all I can say. Yeah, I don't, because I'm filming for you guys, I have to keep talking. But to be honest with you, I could walk around this just not saying a word because it's that kind of special car. 19-inch wheels. So the 19-inch wheels are the same as what you'd get in stock as well, 235 section tyres. Yeah, just absolutely incredible. Incredible. And I think that's probably the best look you're going to get with that paintwork. Just looking absolutely mega. Absolutely mega. Oh, ST. It may as well just say RS, to be honest with you, because I think that is kind of what this car is trying to represent. Yes, so I hope you've enjoyed this walk around. I'm going to kind of compose myself a little bit. We're going to take this car out, see what it's like. I'll share with you a point of view. We'll come back, go for a walk around. And yeah, and I'm really curious to know about these Mark IV STs, because to be honest with you, it's been on my list to potentially move into a Mark IV ST, particularly the Focus. And yeah, already signs are pretty promising with a lot of things. But yeah, I'm super excited to share this with you. And yeah, let's go for this and let's go for that point of view. So, point of view in the Mark IV Focus ST edition. Just taking it on a small drive to get it to this point. Already I'm a bit like, oh, it's just incredible. And I'll talk about it as we're going on this drive. We've got some really super fun roads ahead actually, which I'm really excited to kind of share with you. But yeah, this is what it's like in a Mark IV Focus ST cabin. You've got the ST wheel, you've also got the drive modes as well, with the sport button that you can press into. You can hear it start the exhausts up. You've got sport, race mode, you've also got normal, and you've got slippery as well, which I believe just kind of like slackens off like the traction and things. Hopefully you can all see it there. Won't change anything in the suspension, it's all fixed. I've been driving it around in normal. If you put it into sport, the traction control, the rev matching comes on as well, as you can see from the 6-speed manual. The clutch is really nice, really easy to use. Yeah, just special. And you also get obviously the change in the mode as well. So that's what you get in sport mode. Yeah, and you can kind of cycle through it. And actually, I quite like the more minimalist touch with the screens. That's just from me. And I mean, I'm curious to know when I get the experience in the 4.5 next week, the ST edition and a track pack, because the screen's quite big in that and it's a bit overwhelming. I don't know if you can see it. The heads-up display I really like. Really nice and simple to kind of use. The seats feel super body hugging. So those are my kind of initial things. I'm sort of holding off because I know what this car's going to be like. I think for the sake of it, we're going to have to put it in sport mode because I really want to experience that rev matching, because I've not yet done that. And see what this car is like. Now, I mentioned this car has 280 horsepower from stock. This car has a small increase to about 310, which actually is quite a nice balance. These 2.3 EcoBoost engines are actually quite torque driven. It's not necessarily traditional hot hatch. And I found when you rev these out, it's almost like a bit of a dead spot. I drove a car with an M330 kit on it, and it just gave it that extra push, just that extra little bit of power. No hardware changes underneath, from my understanding. Although, yeah, if the owner wants to sort of give it even more power, then you know, you're going to have to change that if you wanted to. But this is more or less actually, in terms of the way it's going to drive, stock, except on that sort of top end. This particular car's done 38,500 miles, so been well driven, a 2021 car. And yeah, I've been really impressed actually with a lot of the quality. It's got electric seats. I mean, how cool is that? Yeah, let's stick it into sport mode and go. And I don't know, apologies if the sun or anything kind of gets in your way. I can only do my best. I love the action on the clutch, and just already I'm sort of like, there's so much I love about this car. It is quite low with the ST edition, depending what suspension settings you have it in, so you just got to be careful. But for, like, you know, ultimately Ford's hardcore performance car, I was just parking up there. It's really easy and simple to use. Oh yeah, the exhaust might potentially be a bit louder than a normal one as well, but yeah, I'm hoping we get a bit of a clear run because these roads are mega. And even with 300 horsepower, the front wheels coping with it well, but it's more of that sort of driver's car. I do want to see if the red matching works.
Yeah, there we go. So I went into second there. Rev matching just increases the revs, so you don't have to worry kind of about it. Now, a big thing that I want to talk about is the suspension. Now, this is equivalent to the 4.5's track pack as well, so hopefully it's helpful for those people watching that too. For me, and I'm always completely honest, and I said it to the owner, in this particular setting, which we're not too sure how it's been set, I would say it's too firm for like that just for my tolerance. Maybe I'm getting a little bit older now, I don't know. But you can change that. You can raise the ride height, which ultimately will make it more comfortable. That's just how it works. Or you could slam it even lower, which does look pretty cool, but ultimately don't expect the best ride. Incidentally, when you get it on a smooth road, man, it just feels so compliant and plush. There's no roll in the car. It's just brilliant. Just going through the gears, it's just so rare to have a manual as well. Like I said, the clutch action's good, the car feels good. Now, I've been chatting to the owner because I felt that this car weighs a lot less than, say, like an RS, but apparently there's not much in it because of the fact I think the Mark III was perhaps a little bit lighter than the Mark IV. We've got that, but we've got some lovely national speed limits signs coming up. But I was here last week in a Mark 8.5 Golf R. There's a nice big fat pothole after this corner, so we'll be going slow over that. Yeah, I'm not exactly worried about speed. It gets up to speed very quickly. The brakes, really nice. Now, in the Mark 4.5 facelift, you do get upgraded brakes. You don't get that in the Mark IV ST edition. That makes sense. Here's the big potholes that I will not be affecting the owner's car with. And yeah, we're in an amazing part of the world on my favourite roads ever. And in a car that it's capable, but it just doesn't take itself too seriously. It just wants you to have fun. Oh, okay, actually straight away in that turn. I love it. I love the steering. It's a real point and go. Oh. And you can look at the speed. I'm not doing anything untoward. That's what's great. You can have a good time in this car without breaking the speed limit. That's what I love. Oh, I think it's mega. It's not about going fast, it's about having fun. Going fun. That's the words. Oh, that's the words. Oh, and I love in the rev match. Oh. It's got a lot to give. Yeah, I was smiling all the way. I can only hope the point of view shares it. You can't see my face smiling. You might have seen it from the walk around. I'm literally a bit in shock at this car. It's Ford. It's got Ford plastered all over it. You just know the engineers that went into this. Proper Ford fans. And you know, I can think about, I don't know what the future is going to be like for Ford, but right now I'm in a brilliant Ford. And actually, if you want to get one, you can still get one. You can still get the facelift, you can still get one today, and you can still get cars like this on the used market. And that's the only place you can get them now. Don't think, you know, you're going to get anything more from Ford unless something drastically changes. But at the same time, it can mellow down this car. You know, it's designed as a Mark IV Focus. You can just subtly cruise in it, and it just wafts along like a Ford Focus. You know, the turning circle seems pretty good to me. The overall car just feels very plush, actually. Very sophisticated suspension. It feels like expensive suspension. It feels like it's a real quality premium car. And yeah, I mean, I just love it. For me, I have another little test route as well, which is mainly sort of built up on quite large road bumps and things. this car for me doesn't feel suited for that. It feels suited for going for a blast in a place like this on a fun road. I think if, and these are just, this is subjective to me, the normal Mark IV ST with its automatically adjustable suspension, probably better for the road. This car, weekend blast, 100%, is just incredible. And we're getting, well, we're on 32 miles per gallon as well. At the end of the day, that's pretty good. The little burbles as well. I mean, we're just such an incredible area too. Could have cyclists at any turning, so we've got to be careful. But I mean, I was round here last week in a four-wheel drive Golf R. You could do pretty much exactly the same speeds in this as you could do in that round corners. It feels more light and agile on its feet. Just the controls feel really good. The gear shifts feel like it just like slots in. It really feels like a bullet shifter. I think the ST edition, they did do some changes at making the gearbox a little bit shorter, I believe. Although it's always a little bit hard to tell exactly what all the changes were. The steering, it's almost like it's like dead center. You get obviously nothing because it's dead center. The moment you turn it, it's like it comes alive. It's like the steering suddenly goes right. I can point and shoot. I can go where I want to go, and that's what you want. It feels very very Ford-like, to be fair. You know you're in a Ford. That's what I love. The steering wheel feels nice to touch, actually, nice feel. I'm enjoying the ST edition. And I feel like I'm in a special car. Rattles wise, as well as speaking to the owner, feels that it's a little bit better put together than, let's just say, this owner had a Fiesta ST, a Puma ST before this. Actually, very kindly, this owner shared with me the Fiesta and the Puma and this Focus. Very much a top tier subscriber, top tier person, you know. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity. Just mega. Mark IVs are great, and I'm curious with the 4.5 now, because there's a good place to park up there. That's where we'll go for the final little bits. The national speed limit, we got a clear run. You live once. Yeah, see, it's got all the power low down. It's really torquey, which is nice. And you get a bit of like dive under braking. You can trail brake, you can do everything with this. And it's all like scrabbling its way out of the corners. You cannot let your hands off the wheel. Even just then, when I'm trying to like sharing my emotion with my hand movements, it's like, keep your hands on the wheel, Sam. This car, you have to be aware. You know, you have to be like in the here and now, in the moment when driving this. It's not just going to drive itself for you. Any second, if you put your foot down, it could just pull you away, pull you off. And that's partly because of its kind of direction changes. It's with the suspension as well. It's very sensitive to all sort of like crevices and sort of like crests in the road and bumps. And actually, the more I go closer to 60 miles an hour, the happier the car feels. It's happier flowing along these roads. Yeah, what a cool car. And I don't feel like I'm going to break the owner's clutch when you do a downshift. Oh, it tucks in really, really good. Really good. There's some pops and bangs. Oh, mega. Oh, there you go. I've just, it's one of those that I'm blown away. I love the ST edition. I love it, and I love the personalizability that you can do to make it unique to yourself, and that's such a big part of Fords. You know, the last 2 Fords I owned, the Ford Fiesta ST200 and the Focus RS edition, both had their tweaks to it, and they suited where I was at that time. And that's just so much of Ford, and the community's wonderful, and the community's going to be even bigger now that Ford are kind of stopping these kind of performance cars. You know, we're going to be in it together with Ford events. Just incredible car. Yeah, just absolutely incredible. I love it. Yeah, it's one of those where you don't really want to stop driving it. You could just have fun with it on a Sunday morning and just enjoy things. The 6-speed, no automatic version in these ST editions. It's manual only. You can get a Focus with an automatic gearbox on non sort of ST editions and the track packs, so that's quite cool. But yeah, I think we're almost getting to a time. We've got a nice little straightaway to come here. Oh man, just special. I need more time to reflect and then do the walk around with you guys. It's just, oh man. And the thing is, you don't have to go fast to have fun in these cars, and that's important. You can have fun in the limits. You really can. Really can. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this point of view around some absolutely amazing areas. Hopefully it's come okay for you guys on camera. You can see certain things. This is what it's like in a Focus ST edition. And I'm going to reflect a little bit. We'll have a final little walk around. And the fact that I can't really get my words out, which isn't like me, suggests I've got more to say. So yeah, join me in a second to talk a little bit more about this car. I think we'll park up and I'll chat to you in the car, and yeah, we'll go from there. So we just parked up. I've kindly asked the owner to leave his own car. We've just been laughing about it. I am really like reflective, and I said there's something that I'm not saying, or there's something there that I want to say and I can't think of. And I think the words are, this is a car I'll always love. I'll always love my fast Fords. I'll always look at them. I'll always drive them. They're just brilliant. They're at my heart. You know, they really are. And that's specific to me. I wonder with the future, whether it is with Ford, whether it's with me. I'm at a different age, different ages and stages. Hey. If it's me going forward, I don't know. And I think the fact that I say I don't know, this probably is a no. Am I letting go of something? Do I have to let go of it? This might sound really weird to people watching, but for cars, they do touch, you know, they help to kind of explain. And my best way of explaining cars to my perspective is, if you've ever watched Harry Potter, yeah, and bear with me here, you know, Voldemort had Horcruxes, and he had him like in the snake and in different items and stuff. Cars are like that for me. They're like almost like a part of self. They kind of describe how you are, and for me, it has described me. Described how I've been feeling, described my kind of personality at that particular time. Yeah, it's a brilliant car. I love it. I love the seats. I love the Mark IV. I'm really sort of taken away by how good the Mark IV is over even the 4.5 facelift. Just because it's a bit more minimalist inside, actually. You know, if we just switch on the infotainment and I kind of share with you around here, sorry for that little rant if you guys weren't interested in that, you get physical buttons to do things, heated seats, heated steering wheel, heated front defrosting screen, dual zone climate control, you know, vents, buttons to use which are nice to touch, no sort of complications, different modes that you can kind of change just on your screen from your normal mode. You've got the heads-up display, which I think you can see quite well there. It's an amazing car. It's like, it's a Ford Focus turned up to the max. And I love that. And like I said to you, it's in my heart. It's in my heart. It always will be. Always will be. They're just brilliant. They're just brilliant. And if we turn on the infotainment, because I don't know why the screen's not on in the middle. So with the screen on, it's actually really easy to use. Like, you go into navigation. There you go. You've just got everything kind of set. The maps, you've got a little bit of touchscreen. Is it a bit laggy? A little bit laggy. Yeah, I mean, I can only share with you exactly what I'm sort of feeling and touching, but it's a little bit smaller to use than the 4.5. One thing I would say, actually, the 4.5, it was really, really responsive. That was always quite nice to use. And I do like how you can just turn off and you can just get it back onto that. So it has its positives there. The gearbox is a huge highlight for me. Really engaging. You feel engaged in this car. You do not feel desensitized in this. And it looks, oh, I want to swear, really want to swear, unbelievable. Think of the word before that, unbelievable. It's super, super special. I love it. I just love it. I love these. I can recommend any fast forwards, and on the used market, I'll be forever looking at them. Maybe I'll own a Ford again in my life. Maybe it's there. Maybe not. I don't know. That's for me to kind of decide. But for you guys watching, what you think of the Focus ST Edition, it's a great car. It's limited to 300 units. They're not making any more Ford Focuses. It's a good place to put your money into a car. If fast Ford fans, which there are plenty of them in the UK, if you want to get one, you have to look on the used market. It's a special car. It looks amazing in Azure Blue. It ticks every single box for me. Every single box in what you could want in a car. Practical, big, easy to park. The owner mentioned turning circle, it takes a few little goes. That was basically it. Yeah, it's a wonderful car and something I will always love. Always love. Yeah. Ah, right. Let's go. One last walk around. We'll drive to it, and that'll be it from the Ford Focus ST Edition. Yeah.
So my time with the Focus ST Edition has come to an end. I absolutely love this car. It looks absolutely stunning. And I said it to the owner, this for me is on a top tier shelf for me. It's really, really high up. It's so, so special. I feel it's too special for me as a daily. I think it's a car that will always be there for me. And it's just brilliant. It looks absolutely stunning. We've got the windmill behind. We've got the view of this fantastic Azure Blue paint. It looks mega, absolutely stunning. And it drives as good as it looks. That manual gearbox, the slick change, it's like a bullet. It's a brilliant car. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. I'll always love my Fords, and I love this Focus ST Edition. For me, top tier, brilliant car. Love it. Buy one. It will always have a special place in my heart, and they're absolutely wonderful. Do not hesitate and get involved in the comments. Subscribe. There's plenty more content to come. Thanks for watching.